podcast show.
Hey everybody, this is Rich Myers and welcome to the Rich Myers podcast show. I got today Gary Matheny.
That's correct.
Okay. What's up?
Yeah, I tell everybody, they say, is that the way you pronounce your name? I said, listen, I don't care what you call me, just call me the sucker.
Yeah, some of them get mad when you can't call their name right.
I'm good as I can be, yeah, no problem.
What have you been up to?
Well, really a lot. It's been really busy. We just got through recording the lyrics to the last two songs of my new album I got coming out about the end of June. And we're planning a concert in Ringo, Georgia for April the 26th. I've got a couple other little small engagements in May, and then heading into August, there's a possibility of doing a concert down in Middle Georgia. And so I stay busy marketing myself, marketing my music to guys like yourself and all over Europe. And so it's just, it's busy.
Okay. I listened to your track, Back Where I Belong. It was pretty good. What influenced it?
Well, I've got a friend of mine. I'll tell you a quick story about that. When I first started writing, I wrote a song about the traffic in Atlanta. It was basically a poem, and I put it on social media just as a joke. And a friend of mine heard it and said, hey, let me send it over to another guy that's a musician. So he actually put a ballady type sound to it. And so when he got through, he said, hey, if you ever decide to write anything else, let me know. Well, about 2 months later, he called me and said, I've got this song I'm working on, if you can help me with the lyrics. So he and I sat down and put together Back Where I Belong. And that song has really done well. It's hit number 10 on Cashbox Top 100 Independent Country. It's been overseas and hit number 1 on some of the stations over there. So I've won several awards with it. So it's been a really, really good song. And of course, I like to use that song as my opening song in any of the shows I do because it's got a fast beat and it's also got a great set of lyrics to it.
Okay. Well, let's take a listen.
Coming back from where I don't belong, been looking at things I don't need to see, and I've been driving all night long, trying to find my way back home, but the road keeps going. I gotta get going back to where I belong, home sweet home. I know sometimes I'm hard to understand. Never felt I needed a master plan. I guess I'm not all that tough, but I do believe I've had enough, and the road keeps growing. I gotta get going back to where I belong, home sweet home. World is turning, spinning round, everything's got me down. Life is crashing in on me. The rain is falling and I can't see. The road is long and I can't think. I need a place to crash, I need a drink. I got to make these last few miles. I need to see my baby smile, but the road keeps growing.
Well, thank you so much. We're real proud of that one. It's like I say, it's done real well. It is one of the songs on my Renaissance Man album, my second album that I cut, and we're real proud of it.
Can you tell me about upcoming songs, concerts, and what's next?
Well, yeah, well, we just I'm recording an album called "Drunk Birds Don't Fly." Great name. A friend of mine came. We had coffee one morning. He said, I've got an idea for you." He said, "How about a song titled 'Drunk Birds Don't Fly'?" And I'm thinking, how am I going to write something around that? But I did, and so I decided to name the album "Drunk Birds Don't Fly." And it's an album, Rich, about drinking and driving. Not drinking while you're driving, but drinking and driving. It's drinking songs and driving songs. Songs like "Barroom Hunting," "Thinking and Drinking," "Drunk Birds Don't Fly," "Exit 10," which is the song I told you about that I wrote about traveling to Atlanta, "Black Dog," "Gonna Outrun the Sun," some songs about drinking and driving. So it's a accumulation of both type scenarios, and hopefully have it out sometime in the June.
Okay. Um, do you agree that it is very important to learn, study, and understand old music and music history?
You know, I would, if I could go back to college, I would do two things different. I would major in music because I never learned to read music. And one of the things that I kicked myself for is I wish I had learned to play the piano. Writing songs is so much easier when you learn how to play the piano instead of a guitar. It's got a complete different sound. And the other thing I would do is I'd get on the golf team because if you can't make money in music, you can play golf and play in the tournament. So you know.
Do you prefer listening to music or create it?
A little of both. I tell you, I came from the '60s. You know, the Beatle era, the Dave Clark Five, people like that, and graduated into the '70s of Steely Dan and America and things. And so I really enjoy listening to music. It's just that when I listen to music and I listen to these artists, I almost deflate myself, if you will, saying, "Oh man, I'll never be as good as those guys," you know. But music has changed so much over the decades, from the time I started, that it's not the same sound and it's not the same lyrics and it's not the same beats. So each person has got their own identity. I enjoy writing music. I don't just sit down and decide I'm going to write a song. I actually have to have some encouragement, some kind of thought process, something I see, something I hear, something someone says. But I've got a file full of notes that I just write things down and stick in the file. And if I decide to write a song, I get the urge and I'll go back through those notes and pull pieces of things that I wrote down and come up with a song. And but I enjoy listening, but I also enjoy writing very much.
Okay. Yeah. The country music now is like our old rock music when we were
Yes, it
growing
is.
up.
Yeah. It is, and there's I mentioned to you when I emailed you there is a group out of Branson, Missouri. Tim Kelly, he is a radio DJ there, and he is trying to put together a Branson Opry. And that Branson Opry is going to bring back music like from us indie type musicians and music from like Tracy Lawrence and people back in the '80s and the '90s that was good country music, good music that you could listen to and enjoy, not the stuff that they've got going out now. And we're really excited about it. I was asked to be on the board of directors, and I'm thrilled about that. But this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and Tim actually came up with the idea too, and we talked, and so I'm glad to see him doing something to revive music in Branson, Missouri. It's needed. It's needed. There's not any shows in Branson that would do what we would do just a music show. Most of them are music reviews. You know, it's when you go there play a chorus and a verse of a cover song, and then they'll do a little skit and things. But this would actually be a music venue.
Where can people go and see your videos, music, and events?
I'm sorry. Say that again. I did not get it.
Where can people go and see your music?
They can go. They can go to my webpage, GaryMatheny.com. Most all of my videos and music's on there, but you can also find me on Spotify, You can find me on all the major social media music platforms, Pandora, Apple Music. My YouTube channel has got most everything on it. So all you have to do is Google my name, and you'll find a place to go to find my music.
Okay. What do you like to do besides music?
Oh, listen, I've got 6 little old grandchildren. They're all grown practically, but I enjoy spending time with them. I enjoy spending time with my wife. I've been married to this woman for 53 years, and we travel around and we go places. We do some day trips. She's my best fan. She brags on me all the time. She goes to Nashville when I record and sits out in the recording studio and encourages me and takes videos. And so I enjoy spending time with her. And but we like to travel and do things. I was a sales guy, management guy all my life, and I've traveled all over the country. But now I can do it for pleasure and not for business.
Okay. Well, thanks for being on the show today. I really enjoyed having you.
I appreciate the invite. I say it's always good to get on a podcast where I can tell my story and get more people to listen to my music. And I appreciate guys like you that are willing to take the time to put together and get the equipment and things to get us out across the airways.